Barakatah Yahweh,
Barakatah Yahweh,
Barakatah Yahushua,
Barakatah Yahushua,
Barakatah Yahweh,
Barakatah Yahweh,
Barakatah Yahushua,
Barakatah
Hashem,
Hashem,
Barakah, Kodash.
Kodash.
A double honors to the apostles, the elders, salutations to you, sincere brothers, teaching in truth and in sincerity. Hey, this topic actually is going to be open forum, but we do have a focal point, and that focal point is the power of the media. All right, bro.
And as we see, these latest events, where you have, Jake being killed, by police officer, Jake being killed, by, random Edomites, you have protests, you have Jake, revolting, out there in Minneapolis, and you have all these celebrities reacting. And one thing you have to remember, all right, that this is a world stage, man. Anyone that's placed in front of a TV screen, anyone that has any type of platform, especially a major platform that has advertising, anyone that's plugged into the system are all taking orders, from the elites, and it's not directly, but the order comes down from the elite on how to react to certain situations, man. And it provokes emotion in the masses, man. And that's what the media is used for, to provoke, certain emotions, certain reactions, that the elites want from the masses, so they can push forward their agenda, man.
Yeah, it's like a control agent.
Yep.
They use it to control people.
Yep. You get that Nahum 3.
I got one. You want to get?
Yeah, start at 4 and get to the point.
All right, this Nahum 3 and 4.
Yep.
It says, because of the multitude of whoredoms of the well-favored harlot.
Hey, the multitude of whoredoms from the well-favored harlot, which is America. You see, because America is the main country that's projected throughout the planet Earth. Esau uses his media to push the American influence throughout the earth, man. Why do you think, rappers like Meek Mill, Nicki Minaj, and Jay-Z can go on world tours? Because they're projected so much, all right, throughout the media. They're well-favored harlot. These are, worldwide, all right, icons based off what? Esau's media, man. You got it, bro.
The mistress of witchcraft.
Yep, the mistress. Now you go into the word mistress, it's a feminine word for master. Like the mistress of a house, that means she's the master of that house under that man. You see? So America is compared to the mistress of witchcraft, man, which means she's the master of witchcraft, because she,
Hey, I can give you another example. When you look at those old westerns like Gunsmoke,
yeah.
When you go into them harlot houses, they had a woman running that shit. And other prostitutes would be under her. That would be the mistress of the crib.
A madam.
Yeah.
A madam.
Yeah. Like here on the Harlem Nights.
Yeah. There you go.
You call me a lie.
I watched that show called Frontier. The chick, she running the same thing. She running the whole house.
Yeah. So America is the mistress of the earth. Because all these nations are, when you read Revelation 18, it talks about how other nations have committed fornication with America, but America is that mistress of witchcraft, man. You got it, bro.
The mistress of witchcraft that selling nations through her whoredoms.
That selling nations through her whoredoms. Go ahead.
And families through her witchcraft.
Man. And that's what Esau Edom has done, man. These nations have taken hold of this way. They have helped forward the agenda of America, through what? America pushing this witchcraft, man. The major tool that they use is this media, man. Most of these TV personalities and weathermen and news reporters are failed actors, man. I believe the Apostle Gabar brought that out. How all of them are actors, man, that didn't make it big, so this is they plan B, man.
Right. Even in them damn sports analysts and shit.
Yeah.
They be done fell out. You know what I'm saying? They still want to be in it. This is all we got for you. You know what I mean?
I got a quick one, bro.
You got it, bro.
This is Isaiah 47 and verse 5.
Yep.
Sit thou silent and get thee into darkness, O daughter of the Chaldeans.
Oh, daughter of the Chaldeans, man. And daughter, you go into Hebrews to one of the definitions of the personification of something, man. All right, in America, all right, the personification, of ancient Babylon, which was ran by who? The Chaldeans, which were the warlocks and the witches, of ancient Babylon, which are who today? The elites, man.
That's right.
You know?
Hey, for you shall no more be called the Lady of Kings.
Yeah, the Lady of Kingdoms, man. That mistress, man. You know? And they finna sit in the dark, man, which is confusion, man. And that's where this place is headed, to confusion, and the media used to push a lot of confusion, man.
That's right.
Going back to how you brought out what rumor means, circulating stories.
Circulating stories.
Yeah, Esau be pushing all these different circulating stories, so you can always be left guessing, man.
It's Ezekiel 16:44.
Yep.
Behold, everyone that uses Proverbs should use this proverb against thee, saying, as is the mother, so is the daughter.
Woo! As the mother, so is the daughter, man. In America is nothing but a replica, all right, a reincarnated, of the ancient Babylonian empire, the ancient Egyptian empire, man. Sodom and Gomorrah, man. All rolled in one. Assyria, it's all those kingdoms enrolled in one, man. But America, through this time frame, the Lord has allowed Esau, Edom to perfect all those ancient witchcraft practices of those different empires, man.
Yeah, America's like that character Cell on Dragon Ball Z. You get all his powers and styles from all the different characters on Dragon Ball Z. It's just all like morphed into one, man. That's how America is. Like, it's a conglomerate. All these ancient kingdoms and cities that used to rule back before time, man. So it just mastered up into one. So, as it says in the daughter of Chaldeans, because you look into the ancient Babylonian, they was real heavy into witchcraft. They had heavy warlocks. So America, ran by these Edomites, they mastered that technology, what they was doing back then. America has its own technology with this media.
Hey, that's it. Because just to back the brother up, even when you think about the term hoax, it means to be deceived by fabrications. What is a fabrication? A fabrication is a lie. When you go into the origin of hoax, it goes into the origin of hocus pocus. And what is hocus pocus? That means a magician or a juggler. So the elite bankers are your jugglers, and they juggle to you what? They juggle to you lies. Okay? See, what you see on TV, the TV is it's the stage. All right? The people is the audience, and the people that are performing based on what the elite bankers are telling them to do, such as your news analysts, man.
Right.
It's a world stage.
It's Exodus 22:18. Thou should not suffer a witch to live.
Right. And Edomites, okay, especially like you international bankers, because you control this entire system. But you believe in what? You believe in witchcraft. Coming from what? The left-hand side of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. And you have the people today mind fucked through your media, and you continue to juggle them lies. Why? Because basically it's hard to deny what you see in real time. So it's hard to tell a person, hey, this is not true, although they see it. That's why the old saying states, hey, believe nothing what you hear and half of what you see.
Like how they act like they went on the moon, but it was actually at a regular studio. You know what I'm saying?
Heard that was in the desert.
Yeah.
Because the wind was blowing.
Yeah.
How the fuck the wind blowing on the moon?
Yeah.
So it says, verse 18 again, thou shalt not suffer a witch to live.
The focal point will be these elite bankers, because they're your nobility of Edom, but at the same time frame, they're your modern day Chaldeans, which believe in what? Witchcraft.
That's how we know that they're not gonna be able to rule forever, because if they doing witchcraft and all type of wickedness and things of that sort, then how they gonna be able to live and rule forever?
Right.
They sovereignty is about to come to an end. That's a law. You should not suffer a witch to live, man.
Right. And your witchcraft moves what? Moves in deception. And you go into that Greek term deception, it means to lead someone into error. Okay, through your witchcraft, you're gonna do what? You're gonna get everybody to do what? To take the microchip.
These enchantments, man.
Yeah, these enchantments.
Esau's pushing these enchantments, That's why you gotta be locked in to your Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, because it's easy to get enchanted within this system, because Esau is very diligent with his witchcraft, man.
Yeah.
his symbolism is everywhere. You know, the music that you hear, the color that you see. You know, hey, Esau not doing nothing, just throwing it together. You know, Facebook, all the color scheme he uses, he knows the science and the witchcraft behind all this, man. The psychology behind all this, man. You know, he knows these things, man.
The psychology means the study of your spirit.
Yeah. And that's going to media is what? Someone who can go in between the spirit world and the real realm, man. You know?
I got that for you too. You want it?
Yeah, you did.
All right. Just like the world stated, media, according to Etimon Online, it goes into the origin of medium, right? And when you define this term, it means a middle ground, quality, or degree that which holds a middle place or position.
Yeah, and they use this medium, you know, as you know, a middle ground, you know, between them and the public, man.
To cast what? Demons on you.
Yep.
That's the reason why the media is activated, to cast demons on you. So those demons hop on you by jumping into your mindset and making you believe what you see, although it's not even true.
And your subconscious, because you'll be thinking about some shit that you heard 20 minutes ago.
Yep.
3 days later, your shit still on you. You like, damn, man, they was talking this shit, man. It is, you know what I'm saying? That's why you gotta know the names and pray, man, all the time. Cause they got tricks and shit out here for us, man. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't know, you'll get caught up in it without you knowing that you get caught up into some shit, man. You know what I'm saying, though?
Cause it's a lesser luminary by the name of John Ty. He came out and said how they pray over the CDs and stuff.
Right. They
you
do.
know, they do enchantments over it, and that's why people be caught up into it. They say you hear a song, then next thing you know, you hate the song.
Yeah,
you keep hearing it over and over.
You like this shit.
Cause Esau does, he does repentance. Cause he try to be like the Most High.
Yeah.
So he keep repeating it over and over within the day.
You know the word.
Exactly. Next thing you know, your ass singing that song.
You'll be like, I don't like that song, but then you know every word to that motherfucker, right?
And then it's it gives you instructions, you know, because you're under some type of hypnosis when you hear certain beats, like they Jesus song, the hypnotized. You're hypnotized, you're hypnotized. He kept saying it, then he say, now I command you niggas to get money.
It's that demon.
It's another thing they use called 808s. I heard that goes into that shit too, man.
Yeah.
You know, it controls your like your subconscious. You know?
Yeah.
That's what it's called, a sub.
Yeah.
A sub 808, so you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he hit that sub bass, you know what I'm saying? Though, so that shit he and that's how like the new music use. They don't even use like natural instruments no more. Like this new hip hop rap, this shit that they listen to now, it have a sub bass in that shit where it ain't got no real drums and shit no more.
Yeah.
He's a mastermind, man.
Yeah, something.
Oh, I think I do. But I'm just gonna hit it though.
Oh yeah.
This is Isaiah 19:3.
Yep.
It said the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof.
Hey, go start it too, bro.
I guess.
I get that meeting. You got that meeting in the dictionary.com.
Yeah.
I want to get that dictionary.com.
Oh, my bad.
No, it's good. Yeah, that one was good too.
This
I want to get that word influence too.
This Isaiah 19:2. It says, and I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians.
Hey, he said he gonna set the Egyptians against the Egyptians because really it's the Lord doing it, but he doing it, you know, via the elites. You see, and how's he setting the Egyptian against the Egyptian, man? Through the media, you know, because you have some people protesting to open up. You have half the people protesting to stay closed.
Right.
You know, he got some people wearing masks. Some people don't want to wear the mask.
Right.
You know, so he's steady pushing this divide. You have some news station that's pro-Trump.
Yeah.
You know, some news station that's anti-Trump.
Right.
You see, constantly pushing, you know, division, man. 1 minute he blaming on Moab, the next minute he blaming on Jake.
Right.
You see,
Yeah.
causing division.
Yeah, and it's a smart tactful move, because if you think about this, and you think about these miniseries that last for 10 and 15 years, the reason why they last long is because what? Esau continues to change the narrative.
Right.
So with the COVID-19, it went from what Moab, you know what I'm saying, had it, but Jake couldn't get it. Then it moved to the elderly, and now it's Jake's and so-called Hispanic.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So basically, hey, these miniseries last long. Why? Because basically these writers are able to change the story. And you continue to change the narrative, you give more, you know what I'm saying, length of the story.
Right. The Simpsons been on for what, 20 years, 30 years, and they've been putting out the American agenda for the longest, you know what I'm saying? Been sneaking shit in, and this shit have happened for real, you know?
Bart gotta be 150.
That's true, because CNN is a different story every day you turn on there, man.
Yeah.
It's something different than yesterday. And now they're trying to say that Latin America's the epicenter of the coronavirus, you know?
See how they changed
Yeah,
narrative? They
just
continue
last
to
week
change
it was
narrative.
so-called Negroes, you know?
This one.
Think about Grey's Anatomy. The reason why that fucking shit has last so long because it's additional more stories and more stories and more stories.
Brother.
Because Esau's whole plan is what order out the chaos. You got it.
And everyone against his neighbor.
Yep.
City against city.
Hey, city against city. You got it.
And kingdom against kingdom.
Yep. These nations against nations. You know? And it's all through media, man. You know, it all starts with media, man, because before any war, all right, it's going to be, you know, what you call wartime propaganda to paint these people as the bad guys. The reason why you had so many people volunteering to go into the Middle East is because what? The so-called 9/11 terrorist attack. They provoked a lot of people to volunteer for the military because they felt invoked by what they seen on TV. You know, that they gotta go protect their country immediately, or we all gonna get took over by Bin Laden. You know, and it was all a spell and enchantment through media, man. Even that it shows you on that movie what, American Sniper. What's his name? Chris I forgot his last name, but the one that had all those kills, you know, he was provoked to go to the military based on 9/11. You know.
I got you, bro. Hey, Job 13:4. But ye are forgers of lies. Ye are all physicians of no value.
Yeah, Esau's a forger of lies, man. You know, just like what we're seeing now about, you know, the situation in Minneapolis, Jake getting, you know, there you go, man.
Dang.
How that picture, how all of a sudden, you know, because he's smearing that picture everywhere. He's smearing that. How, you know, he got his hand in his pocket looking at the camera, you know, on Jake neck, man, because that's also you know, Esau all about symbolism. You know, that's Esau on the neck of Jake, man.
That's it. That's it.
You know, because that's when someone's in full subjection, whenever you able to put your feet on their neck, man. You know?
And then like you stated, like forgers, actually in Hebrew for Job 13:4, it goes into smearing and plastering. And like your topic is actually going into through the media. Because basically through this smearing and through this plastering, you're conditioning people to believe what you want through your narrative. You know?
That reminds me of the Rosa Parks situation. They actually had a photographer to have her pose like that on that bus. You know, that came out to the light, man. So, you know,
it was staged.
It was all staged, you know.
That's why it's called the world stage. You cannot believe anything on this fucking TV.
How did he get all them signs perfectly together like that, where everybody, all the signs facing the camera?
Somebody's supposed to have that shit wrong.
You know,
upside down the wrong way or whatever. You right. This should be orchestrated.
And then you got the woman with the mask on right here. You know, they got to be seen, the mask. He got the mask on, man. You know, Esau ain't doing nothing but just pushing witchcraft, man.
That's it.
You know, for his agenda, man.
So he's causing you to believe in this so-called vision that he's creating. But at the same time frame, you need a vaccination because we still got to worry about COVID-19.
Hey, this right here from OrwellToday.com. Just get to the point. It says Orwell described it as reality control. It said problem, reaction, solution. And that firstly, you create the problem. Then secondly, you fan the flames to get a reaction. Then thirdly, like Johnny on the spot, you provide a solution.
This is what makes Esau the god of this world. See, the reason why he can prophesy through media, through cartoons, through the music industry, is because he controls everything. You cannot tell me, goddamn it, that 200 1,000 people is going to die by August, or a second wave is going to come unless you already know.
Yeah.
The reason why we're able to prophesy about the return of Yahushua is through the Spirit.
Right.
You know, and we understand through the Holy Scriptures as well, this is going to happen. He has another blueprint outside of the biblical doctrine that suggests, okay, this is what's going down from our point of view. To get what? To get our enterprise.
Which is said Georgia Guidestone.
Exactly.
It says the solution is what you were wanting to achieve in the first place, but would have not been able to achieve under normal circumstances.
Right. Right.
So that's where you get the Latin order of Archeo.
Right. Because people is not just gonna willfully go get the microchip, but out of fear and participation, they're willing to do so. And now you don't even have to, you'll have what? Through this fear, okay, you'll have what? Least resistance.
Yeah.
Because it's more people than them. You know, although they control everything, but still it's more people than them. So look, let's just create this bullshit and move them through fear. And look what fear has gotten us. People believe in Halloween now. Everybody is doctors and nurses and shit.
Right.
Based on masks and shit.
Check this out. It says Orwell described it as reality control. In 1984, he said the rocket bombs which fell daily on London were probably fired by the government of Oceania itself just to keep people frightened. There are literally hundreds of examples of this method being used effectively throughout the course of history. A well-known example is the bombing of Pearl Harbor, which resulted in the United States entering the Second World War. Chaos was created, and so chaos was created. Now he said chaos was required, and so chaos was created. That's how it works. So out of fear of, you know what I'm saying, having people fear, just like with this situation with the vaccines, you push this, this propaganda out about these people having coronavirus. Just back in last October, not a soul in America was talking about this coronavirus.
Right.
Now, but it was actually going on in China though.
Yeah.
You know? But now through your media, your witchcraft, you have pushed that madness on the masses. Now these people are asking about vaccines now, so they can get back to work out of the fear of fright. They've been frightened, man. So that's how Esau does. He works on the minds, and by doing that, he put fear in these people, man. And that's nothing but a strong tactic that he's doing. Just how Yahushua, it says, he persuade men through the Lord. We persuade men. So on the left hand side, Esau tried to mimic the Most High. He tried to persuade men with his media. It's fear tactic, man. You know?
It influence and element, like the word influence. Read that definition of shop media.
Okay. All right, it says for media, this is from the Free Dictionary. And get to the point, it says the means of communication that reach large numbers of people, such as television, newspapers, and radio.
That's the one that says about influence.
Okay, and let's go down.
They want to talk about influence. Maybe on that.
All right,
we got influence. You know, because this is mass communication, man. No other kingdom, had this technology where they can communicate, to billions of people at one time. Man. You got it.
It says the means of communication as radio, television, newspapers, and magazines with wide reach and influence.
With wide reach and influence. Now, let's get the word influence in the Edom online, man.
All right. Influence actually goes into streaming ethereal power from the stars.
Hey, power from the stars, man.
Screaming.
The satellites, man.
Yup.
You know?
Yup.
They not just doing things, man.
Technology wise and done.
You got it.
All right. Streaming ethereal power from the stars when in certain positions acting upon character or destiny of men.
The character or destiny of men. By them pushing that picture, just being pushed via the YouTube, you made the destiny of men to go out and ride in Minneapolis, man. You see, they controlling the destinies of men, all right, through media, man.
Yeah. When you go into the origin of influence, it means to flow upon.
To flow upon.
Flow on.
Vibration.
Yeah.
Push that shit out there. Make you react.
Yeah.
God damn, yo.
They
that's a reaction. They gonna make you react right there.
Psalm 64. Yeah, so.
Yeah.
Cause you can bring it Oh yeah.
This is Ezekiel 23. Behold, thou art wiser than Daniel.
Yeah, because Esau, has far more reach, than any other, kingdom that has ever been before, man. Because Daniel was in the actual Babylonian Empire, all right, but Nebuchadnezzar had nowhere near the power, all right, that these modern day Edomites have, man. You got it, bro.
There's no secret that they can hide from thee.
There's no secret that they can hide from thee, man. Imagine if you just had 10 regular surface to air missiles back in the Babylonian Empire, man, they would think you was a god, man. This man has millions upon millions of them, man. So Esau, Edom, like I say, he has reached the pinnacle that no other kingdom has, man. That's why he's proud, man. Because you think about it, and that's why scriptures say he's proud, because he transgressed by wine because he is proud. Because through his media, he's able to push his influence throughout the earth and control and manipulate. Right. So he's sitting back and watching the reaction. He like, shit.
But these people damn, man, I really got them food.
I'm doing what the Most High doing.
Right.
I got to be a guy. But he's being deceived. Yeah, man. He's being set up, man. Psalm 64. You get the half real quick and get that song.
I'm gonna start at 2.
Yeah, 1. Start at 2.
All right.
Get the half first thing like that song.
1 and 10. 2 and 10.
1 and 10.
All right. And this Habakkuk 1 and 10.
Yep.
And that said, scoffing at the king.
Read him.
And they shall scoff at the king.
Yeah, they shall scoff at the kings, because that's what these elites do. They scoff at these kings, man. All right, putting sanctions on everyone. Telling people what they can and cannot do. Invading these people land, setting up military bases, man. They scoff at kings, man. You got it, bro.
And the prince shall be scorned unto them.
Yeah, go ahead.
That shall deride every stronghold.
Yeah, because Esau, Edom has destroyed the strongholds of all these nations, man. Yeah. Now the women of all these other nations want to be like what? American harlots, man. The men, all right, of these other nations, they want to be like the American Edomite, or even worse, the degenerate Jake that's in America, man. You see? So they broken stronghold, but I think that was Eldad Nap who said that, when they take over these different nations, the first thing they do is buy up all the news networks, man. Yeah. And TV networks, man. Yeah. To what? To push out the witchcraft, man.
To control what the folks see.
Yeah, that's how you keep. Yeah. Esau got these people enchanted, man.
Right. Showed you that shit on in Chicago. And I was talking about this about a month ago on Superman. You remember when Clark Kent wanted to print something in the paper and shit? Long story short, his boss was like, hell no. No, we ain't printing it. We ain't printing it. But then goes back to this guy by the name of John Swinton in the 1800s. And he stated that basically how you had these elite people control the news service. Right. And they tell them what to do, and they will do it because why? They need the money to support their livelihood.
Right.
And this from David Rockefeller himself. He says, we are grateful to the Washington Post, the New York Times, Time Magazine, and other great publications whose directors have attended our meetings and respected their promises of discretion for almost 40 years.
Their promises of discretion for 40 years.
So they've been lying to the people for 40 years.
It would have been impossible for us to develop our plan for the world if we had been subjected to the lights of publicity during those years. Yeah. But the world is more sophisticated and prepared to march towards a world government. The supernatural sovereignty of an intellectual elite and world bankers is surely preferable to the natural auto-determination practice in past centuries. So that's the point right there, that he said that these people came to their meetings and they respected their order. It's going to that new world order called everybody has to bow down to it. No matter if it's your local media, going up to the NBC or the CNNs or the MSNBC, they all got to follow their protocol, man. Alternative news. Yeah, man, that's a good one because a lot of people get caught up into the alternative news like, oh man, they're against the elites. But they all set up, man.
Yeah. It's a gate. They call it gateway gatekeepers, man. Because they control, what's coming in and out, and what they do is, the elites use those alternative sites to see who's all woke.
Right.
You know, who's checking for some type of truth, man. You know, and people getting tagged by this, man.
They catching whoever,
Yeah.
whoever after they got a
Yeah.
loophole for them or a little trap door like, yo, we gotta see what they back.
Then they got their bots on every video you upload and say thank you for this video.
Yeah.
Or can we be friends?
Yeah.
There ain't no but bots, man.
Yeah.
Right.
And you know, they're thinking another thing too. It's all about this money, because if they get time, they get money, but you what you call it,
The view.
your view. So if your thing really big, they get money for it too.
Right.
So they be quick to follow the
Like that protocol.
yeah, quick, you know.
Yeah. And you got people that's their career.
Yeah.
They YouTube. Yeah. You know. Keep it.
All right. And that shit heat dust and take it.
That shit heat dust, which is confusion.
Mhm.
And how do they heat dust? Through the media.
Yeah,
Through their history, man.
Yeah.
Their false history, their pseudoscience, man.
that's right, bro.
You know? Because they have a 10-part series on how the earth is 1 billion years old, man.
Right.
You know, or how, you know, the ice age, you know, killed off, you know, these different animals.
Right.
You know, a meteor hit. You know, just heaping up confusion, man. Everyone came from Africa.
The Renaissance.
Yeah.
You know, they use paintings and books and shit like that. But
Yeah.
now look how much more this man has advanced
Yep.
from that beast-like state.
Keep going.
Yeah.
Like verse 11, that shit his mind change and shall pass over and offend and purity to his power, to his power,
To this guy.
and
Yeah.
to his God.
Yeah, and that's what you're seeing. Esau is fully set on pushing the guys that he believe in, which and his head guy is who? Satan, man.
Mhm.
You know? This these Queen of Heaven vibration, man, he's all about pushing his guys throughout the planet Earth, man. You know? And that's what Esau Edom's been doing, man, because now, like I said, everything has moved to the media, man. You know? That's where you worship everything in, man. You worship women on what? On the media, on the internet. You worship money on what? The internet, man. You know, everything starts through this man media where you begin your worshiping, man. You know, whatever it is that you worship yourself on the internet, man.
Right.
You know?
Because you see something on TV and some, oh, that's good. I need to go buy that. I need to go buy that. I need to go buy that. So you see Sharon?
Boy,
That's the brother, stupid.
Oh, for real?
but,
LeBron put that up though.
yeah, them niggas like LeBron, you know, all of them got a script, man.
Kaepernick too.
Yeah, Kaepernick, them niggas is not off script, man.
Exactly, bro.
Esau is controlling both sides of the spectrum, man. He gives you an alternative to himself, man. You know, but it all leads back to him, man. You know?
And guess what? He got made millions off this round.
Yeah.
So if he wasn't part of it, he wouldn't make no motherfucking money.
Exactly. That boy been
Right.
blackballed. man.
Yeah.
You got we can end it on that Psalm 64. You got
Like this Revelation 13:11, I beheld another beast coming out of the earth, and he had 2 horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon.
yeah, and that's Esau's, you know, main power structure, especially America. You know, this beast, you know, because it has two horns. All right, it gives you like you're choosing between 2 powers, Democrat or Republican. You know, conservative or liberal,
Right.
out left and out right. You know, he gives you these different, you know, left right paradigms. You know, as if you're choosing, all right, a power, because horn goes back to power, and they speak what as a lamb, man, peaceful, because a lamb is harmless, man.
Right.
You know, it can't devour you, man. You know, it can't claw you to death or has sharp teeth and powerful jaws, man.
That's right.
You know, and that's how Esau pushes, man. Like, you know, he comes at this as this harmless, you know, creature, man. But then he say he spanked like a dragon. Now, a dragon does nothing but devour.
Right.
They got them sharp claws, and then they can breathe fire,
Right.
sharp teeth, and then the deadliest thing is this craftiness, man. You know, that old serpent. You see, that's why you got.
No, so that's why you look up a lot of quotes or Native Americans. They always call them the forked tongue.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Red devil or something like that. Cause they came at them nice, spoke as a lamb to them. So we want to be peaceful in this beautiful land. Next thing you know, they had swords behind their backs, man. And look at the Native Americans' condition till this day. You know, you got a lot of them drinking rubbing alcohol, man. That's how low of a people of a status they have became due to believing this so-called white man system. You know,
So why if they want to, why the Iran would call them great savior,
yeah,
or the devil?
yeah.
Like the movie I watched, they'll call him the devil too, I think.
Yeah.
So that's them.
That's right.
They are the great. Y'all the devil. That's what y'all.
That's all it is.
Yep.
It says
I gotta watch that. Just go to back you up, bro. This is Revelation 20:4, and I saw thrones, and they sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them, and I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahushua. But that's those draconian laws, you know, because basically when you think about the Democrats and the Republicans, they all act like basically they're trying to help you. But it's gonna come to a point where if you don't get that microchip, you're gonna be beheaded. You know what I'm saying? So you can use that as symbolic for draconian laws on basically, okay, if you don't get vaccinated, you may lose your job, and then your ass is hauled off, goddamn it, to a concentration camp. Or policies such as HR 6666, you know, due to what this so-called pandemic, you can fucking gather up a group of people and have them tested with court commitments based on your policies. And if they don't do it or adhere to these policies, then what happens? They're hauled off from their households and taken to concentration camps, man.
Man, and scriptures say, man, when they should say peace and safety, and sudden destruction. Cause you see how Trump be on the news channels, he be all calm and things of that sort, talking about how things getting better, the economy getting better. But you have all type of economists coming out and saying that it's gonna be a slow start for America getting back.
Yeah.
And they said how this is worse than the depression, and I forgot another thing they said, in a recession altogether.
I can believe
You know?
it. I can believe it. I'm gonna finish it off. For the witness of Yahushua and for the word of the Most High, and which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither had received his mark upon their foreheads or in their hands, and they lived and reigned with Mashiach 1,000 years.
And that's ultimately just really talking about not subscribing to the philosophies of this world, man. Because the image of the beast is ran through the media. So if you start believing this image of the beast, you already following the fashion of this world. You know what I'm saying? Then by the time then they push their real agenda out, if you already believe in this image already, then 9 out of 10 times you're gonna go ahead and accept that mark of the beast, you know?
That's right.
I get down with this one. Revelation 13, and get to the point in 13. And he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast.
Yeah, Esau, he's full of these carnal miracles that he's able to do, but he gets this intel from the left hand side, man. That's right, bro. Able to split the atom, man. You know, who would have ever came up with that, man? You know, to split the atom to make an explosion happen over and over and over again, man. To multiply, you know, the force of a missile, man. You know, look how many people those two bombs killed, you know, in Hiroshima and Nagasaki, man. You know, two bombs killed hundreds of thousands of people, man. That's a miracle, man. You know, to be able to do that, man. You know how hard it was to kill hundreds of thousands back in the ancient world with swords and arrows. You know, and even in the the 1800s, the Civil War, man. You know, with the guns and those different muskets and stuff, man. You know how hard it was, how long it took for you to do that, but then for you to do it like that, you know, that was a miracle, man. You know, in the midst of the nation, man. You know,
hey, another good example that was good too. Look at their movies, how they do their 3D technology. It's like you there. You know what I'm saying? And they have these different characters in the movie, like they flying and things of that sort. That's a miracle performed by Esau. And now he's pushing this 6G technology. And it's like pretty much everything's gonna be like it's digital. Like if you in the hospital or something like that, you would see a like a robotic type of character right there in front of you, man. That's actually a part of the
take
miracles.
your temperature and shit.
Yeah.
And it says, and deceiving them that dwell, deceiving them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles, which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by a sword and did live.
Yeah. And America, all right, NATO and the EU, with America being a horde that rise, that beast, you know, is that living image, you know, of the pagan Roman empire, you know, that was wounded, you know, during what they call the Dark Ages, you know, and was reborn during the Renaissance, man. You know, and America is that capital, you know, of this new Rome, man. You know.
All right, this Psalm 64 and 2.
Yep.
It says, "Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked."
Yeah, the secret council, going back into the article, you know, that Preacher Cott brought out earlier, how, you know, the Rockefellers and these different elite families would have councils with all these different media outlets, man, you know, and TV networks, man, because really now everything is comprised, you know, under 6, you know, major networks. You have a lot of different networks, but they're all owned by 6 major networks, which goes back to the elites, man. And it ain't no coincidence that it's 6 networks, man. You know, that's the number of the man, 666. Because when you start to look at things like Disney saying, you know, the NBA might come back, you're like, Disney? You know what they got to do with the NBA? You know? But that's one of those networks, man. Disney don't allow UFC to fight. You like, God damn, Disney, you know? But all these different corporations you see owned by these few networks is owned by the elites, man. You know, and they all part of their secret council, man. You see? You got it, bro.
It says, "From the insurrection of the workers of iniquity, who with their tongues like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows."
To shoot, and you go into the word shoot in the Hebrew, one of the definitions to instruct or to teach. And how do they shoot? You know, with their tongue, instruct and teach through the media, man. You got it, bro.
Even bitter words.
You know, they can demonize you. You know, because to this day, Saddam Hussein has a bad name. Osama bin Laden has a bad name. Gaddafi has a bad name through who? You know, we don't know the man person, but through Esau's media, you know, and them bitter words, they done been demonized, man. And that's all Esau does, man. You know, you got it, bro.
That was the other one down in Venezuela. Maduro. He got a bad name too.
Yeah.
So,
you know, I was just saying, like September 10th, 2001, nobody think about no Arabs.
yeah,
September 11 and 12 came around, you would be scared. You see somebody with a turban around.
Yeah, sizing them up.
Yep.
Can't stop looking at them. You know.
Yeah, they showed up that singing solo playing when that Arab came up. We started tripping out, man.
Yeah.
Due to Esau's philosophies, he pushing out his media.
Back
yeah.
in the corporation.
Yep, them 6 corporations. You got you got Warner, Discovery, Fox, Disney, Comcast. You know, that's those major corporations, man, that own all these others. You know, other corporations, man.
And Bernie Sanders came out a couple years ago. He said America is owned and controlled by a small number of multi-billionaires.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
4. It said that they shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly they shoot at him and fear not.
Hey, they shoot at him and fear not. You know, and who is the perfect, man? All right, because Israel was created, all right, as a righteous nation, man. But what the scriptures say, the ways of the wicked seduce him. And how does Esau seduce our people now, man? Through the media, man. You know, like them niggas on TV with all them cars and women. That ain't them nigga stuff, man.
No.
Right.
But see, the TV make it look so real and
Right.
so achievable.
Right, like,
You know?
like you can go out here and do,
Yeah.
or you break your neck trying to do,
Yeah.
or go out here and kill somebody or do some stupid shit because you don't got the law, statute, commandments, and they know that you don't got no. They know what I'm saying. They know you ain't thinking about the Most High, so they put their images out here and had these folks going haywire, man.
Yeah, cause MTV Crib stuff, all that was
That shit
man.
one of them. That shit was ring.
When you come up
Yeah,
as a child looking at that, you like,
Yeah,
dang,
I gotta get this.
yeah.
Got like Lil Wayne, you know what I'm saying? Sing baby them cars out there, man.
That's why
Yeah, fuck us up.
with Jay-Z album start with the blueprint.
Yeah.
Well, this how you get to 1 minute.
Yeah.
You know, what he say? Don't follow me, young, and follow my moves.
Yeah.
I'm not a role model.
Yeah. Sell out.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
man. You got it, bro. It's not a movie.
That they shoot at the perfect. I mean, that they shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly they do shoot at him, and not fear.
Go ahead.
They encourage themselves in an evil manner.
Yeah, they encourage themselves like we can do it, man. Look how we got it. You know, the chosen people are through. You know, they look at the condition of the majority of our people. Like, they done. They done counted Jake out, man.
Yeah.
You know, but see, we the only threat is the house of David being raised up, man, and they can feel it, and that's why they rushing, man. You know, you got it, bro.
They consume of the lion slayers privily.
Yep.
They say, "Who shall see them?"
Yeah. So the traps and snares that Esau had set up, like dropping the guns off in the neighborhood, shipping the drugs there. You know, we didn't know that was happening while you was in that situation. You didn't know that Esau was the source of this, man.
Right.
You know, so like, who shall see them? Because they not getting blamed for it.
No.
It's just the Jakes that's pushing it, which they wicked too, you know, because it's like you always say, if you trying to be a rapper now, you know, you don't get no mercy, man.
Yeah.
It's too much information out of what you gotta do to be a part of this, man. You know, so we not saying Jake not accountable, but we dealing with the source of the problem.
Exactly.
You know, which is Esau Edom, man. You know?
They be in so-called minority neighborhoods and they set up grocery stores, have like abundant foods at an affordable price.
Yeah.
You got like bison and lamb at skyrocketed price, you know what I'm saying? I know Jake not gonna buy that, man.
Yeah.
So they want to set prices for like that pit 5 shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Set those prices at a low price so they know Jake can consume that. So they can point the finger at, look at your people the most out. You know what I'm saying? They still eating abundant foods. That's how Esau, he set things up.
And then the
Abortion clinics, liquor stores.
You know, the liquor stores, shit, they be close to the neighborhood. But meanwhile, even when you go to these upper echelon Edomite neighborhoods and shit, they shit in plazas and shit like that. Ain't nowhere near the, not to say they don't drink,
Right.
but it's just showing you how they always trying to set up Jake for the downfall, man.
Gang culture.
The gang culture.
Because what you the biggest gang, Crip and Blood, goes back to red and blue. And then the Democrats red and blue.
That's
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, everything's based on witchcraft, man.
Yeah.
They encourage themselves in evil manner. They consume of the lion snares privily. Then they say, "Who shall see them?" They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search, both the inward thought of every one of them, and the heart is deep.
And that's the point. They do a diligent search, which means they search out the psychology of everything that they do. You know, they know, like I say, they know the purpose of colors. They know the vibrations that even this white and black. That's all witchcraft. You know, white people, black people. That's all goes back to witchcraft, man. You know, they do a deep search at this stuff, man.
Like we stated earlier, they study music. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like what, you know, moves people.
What frequency.
What sounds,
Yeah.
and them make motherfuckers move.
Yep. They study all this thing. They study the weakness of the flesh.
Right.
You know, because they keep a lot of people just keep chasing the flesh, man. You know, they know all these things, man. So when you watch the media, man, watch the patterns, man. All you gotta do is study the patterns of Esau Edom, man. When something is seen funny, man, investigate it, man.
That's right.
You know, and then filter through the scriptures.
That's it.
You know,
That's the basics.
you know, just like you say, Esau. You know, he just ain't super prolific, but he stick to that same format. He never breaks stride, man. And we got a format we stick to, man. We watch and pray, man. You know? That was it. All right, well, with that, you know, we pray, you know, that you brothers and you few sisters that watch was edified once again. We're gonna give all praise, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Kakadash.
double honor to our apostles and LGMS who rule well, teach well, being a great example to us younger brothers of peace, and blessed salutation to the hopeful elect. Shalom.
Shalom.